Good day everyone. So today we will talk about the measure of position per group data. Measure of position. A measure of position determines the position of a single value in relation to others' values in a sample or a population data set. In other words, measure of position is a method or give us a way to see where a certain data point or value falls in a sample or distribution. A measure can tell us whether a value is about the average or whether it's unusually high or low. Measure of position are used for quantitative data that falls on some numerical scale. The three different statistical measures of position are quartile, decile, and percentile. In simpler terms, the measure of position is the statistical measure of a location in a dataset. Quartiles are the values that divide into 4 equal parts, while decile are the values that divide into 10 equal parts, and percentile are the values that divide into 100 equal parts. So the three different measures of position are differ by denominator. We're going to use this formula where L is the lower boundary, N is the total number of observation, CW is the class width or class size, CF cumulative frequency of the preceding class, K is the position value in given problem, and lastly, F is the frequency of the class. So we were going to use this formula to find the three different statistical measures of position, which is quartile, decile, and percentile in a dataset. I is equal to 4 if quartiles, I is equal to 10 if it's deciles, and I is equal to 100 if it's percentiles. For example, given this table, find the first quartile, 5th decile, 19th percentile. The ages of 40 people that got sick. Here is the ages from 20 to 25 has 2 people, and 26 to 31 has 4 people, 32 to 37 has 12 people, and so on. But in order to find the quartile, decile, and percentile, so we need to get the lower boundary. This is the lower boundary. So how can we get the lower boundary? So first, we have to focus only on our lower limit. This is our lower limit. Then we have to subtract 0.5 in our lower limit. So 56 subtract 0.5, so we will get 55.5. Subtract 0.5, that is 49.5. And so on. It's just same process. So, magiging 43.5, then 37.5, 31.5, 25.5, 19.5. And after we get all of the lower boundary, we need to find the CF or cumulative frequency or the less than cumulative frequency. Since our lower ages are in bottom, that is 20 to 25. So this is our starting point or the starting frequency, which is 2. So after that, to get the next frequency, we have to add the 2 to the next frequency. So 2 plus 4. Unang sulat muna natin dito yung 2. So 2 plus 4, 6. Plus 12, 18, plus 10, 28, plus 4, 32, plus 5, 37, plus 3, 40. Then, our N is 40 since the ages of 40 people that got sick. So our table are complete and this is what we need to solve
or to find the quartile, decile, and percentile for group data. So using this formula to get the first quartile, so this is the formula. So this is the formula. So first, to get the first quartile, dito, quartile, so Q1, first we have to get the sum of frequency to solve the Kn. So, ito na yun. So this is the 40. So our K value is 1 since first quartile, and our I value is 4 because the value of quartile in I value is 4. So, see, yeah. So 1 times 40 over 4 is 10. Since we get 10, where we can get the cumulative frequency, or where 10 is belong in these classes. So this is the classes. Yan. So we were looking in cumulative frequency. So 10 are in between of 18 and 6. But we will get on what is higher or bigger number, which is 18. Therefore, we will get the classes of 18. From that, we will get also the other, given that we also looking for our formula. So this is the classes that we need, 18. The cumulative frequency is the preceding or before the cumulative frequency classes that we get earlier. So it is before the frequency classes. It means that our cumulative frequency is 6 because preceding. So this is the classes. So CF is 6. Then our lower boundary this one yan. This one. Dito lang tayo titingin. Is 31.5. Frequency is 12. And the CW is 6. CW or the class width or class size. In order to get the CW or the class width, we have to count or subtract the ages 32 to 37, this one. So 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So 6 yun. After that, we have to substitute the given value in a given formula. So Q1, lower boundary is 31.5 plus Kn over I, that is 10, minus CF, that is 6, over F, that is 12, times CW, that is 6. So, unahin muna natin yung 10 minus 6. plus 4 over 12 times 6. So, plus. So, 4 divided 12 times 6, we will get 2. So, this is 2. Then, 31.5 plus 2, which is 33.5.
So it means the first quartile are equivalent to 33.5.
Next, to find the fifth decile, same process, but we have to change the value of I, which is 10, and the lower boundary and the cumulative frequency, etc. So first, we need to put the formula. So our K is 5, since 5 is the missing value term that we need to find. Then the I is 10. So Kn over I, 5 times 40 over 10. 5 times 40 is 200. Divide 10 is 20. 20 are in between of 18 and 28. So we're going to take the 28 because it is the high value than 18. After that, this one is 1. After that, we will get the cumulative frequency, which is 18 because it's preceding. Okay, so our CF is 18, lower boundary is 7.5. The frequency is 10, and the CW is 6. After that, we have to substitute the formula. So the lower boundary is 37.5 plus Kn over I, which is 20, minus CF is 18 over 10 times 6. First, we need to solve the one inside the parenthesis. So, 20 minus 18 is 2 over 10 times 6. And then, 2 divided 10 times 6, that is 1.2. So, 37.5 plus 1.2. That is 38.7. 7. So this is the fifth decile. Next, to find the 19th percentile, same process. So this is the formula. We need the lower boundary, the cumulative frequency, decay, which is 90, and the value of I, which is 100 because percentile. So Kn over I
20 times 40 times divide 100. So 90 times 40 divide 100, that is 36. So 36 are in between of 32 and 37. So 37 is our need. After that, we'll get this cumulative frequency, which is 32. CF 32, lower boundary is 49.5. The frequency is 5, and the CW, that is 6. Then substitute. So 49.5, the lower boundary, plus 36, which is the Kn over I, and CF 32, divide frequency, which is 5, times CW, which is 6. So 36 minus 32, which is 4. So 4 over 5 times 6. So 4 over 5 times 6, that is 4.8. Plus 49.5, the answer is 54.3. Therefore, the 19th percentile are equivalent to 54.3. For example, given this table, find the second quartile, 7th decile, and 60th percentile. The grades of 30 students in a class. Here's the grades from 50 to 59 has 1 student, 60 to 69 has 12 students, 70 to 79 has 6 students, and so on. But in order to find the quartile, decile, and percentile, so we need to get the lower boundary. This is the lower boundary. So how can we get the lower boundary? So first, we have to focus only on our lower limit. This is our lower limit. Then we have to subtract 0.5 in our lower limit. So 50 subtract 0.5, that is 49.5. Then 60 minus 0.5, that is 59.5. 70 minus 0.5, that is 69.5. 80 minus 0.5, that is 79.5. Then this is 89.5. After we get all of the lower boundary, we need to find the CF, or cumulative frequency, or less than cumulative frequency. Since our lower grades is 50 to 59. So this is our starting point. So we need to copy only the frequency 1 plus 12, or we need to add that. So 1 plus 12, that's 13, plus 6, that is 19, plus 10, that's 29, plus 1, that is 30. Since 30 is the last digit, so our n is also 30. To get the n, we need to add the frequency. So our table are complete, and this is what we need to solve, or to find the quartile, decile, and percentile for group data. So using this formula to get the first quartile. So this is the formula. So that is the formula. So first we need to find the Kn over I. Since quartile, so the value of I is 4. Let's solve. This is 2 because second quartile. Oh my god, second quartile. Sorry, my fault. It's 2. Then 30, since Rn is 30. Then 4. 2 times 30 divide 4, that is 15. The 15 are in between of 13 and 19. So the bigger number, the bigger value or high value is the 19. So this is the classes that we need in order to solve the quartile. Q2. So our CF is 13 because the preceding. Our lower boundary is 69.5. Frequency is 6 and CW is 10. To get the CW, we need to subtract the 50 to 59. So 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59 is 10. Or we need to subtract the 50 to 60 to get the class width or class size. Then we have to substitute. Lower boundary 69.5 plus 15 minus 13 over 6 times 10. So first, we need to solve the value that inside of parentheses. So 69.5 plus 15 minus 13, that is 2 over 6 times 10. So 2 over 6 times 10, that is 3.33. 3.33 plus 69.5, that is 72.83. Therefore, our second quartile is equal to 72.83. Next, to find the 7th decile, first we need to put the formula. Then we need to find the Kn over I. So our K is 7 times 30 over 10. 10 because the value of I in decile is 10. So 7 times 30 over 10, that is 21. So 21 are in between of 29 and 19. So we need to get the higher value, which is these classes. So our CF is 19. The lower boundary is 79.5. Frequency is 10 and the CW is 10. Then substitute. Lower boundary 79.5 plus 21 minus 19 over 10 times 10. So again, first we need to solve this one. So 21 minus 19, that is 2 over 10 times 10. So 2 over 10 times 10, that is 2. So 2 plus 79.5, that is, the answer is 81.5. Therefore, our 7th decile is equal to 81.5. Next, to find the 60th percentile, so first, you need to put the formula. So, Kn over I, 60 times 60 over 100. 100 because the value of I in percentile is 100. So, 60 times 60 of divide 100, that is 18. So, again, the 18 are in between of 19 and 13. So, our classes that we need is also 19. And so, huwag kayo malito. Pwede yun. Possible na pareha sila ng classes that we need to solve the percentile. So, our CF will be 13. Lower boundary is 9.5. Frequency is 6. Then, CW, that is 10. Then, we need to substitute. So, percentile 60 is equal to lower boundary 69.5 plus 18 minus 13 over 6 times 10. So, 69.5 plus 18 minus 13, that is 5 over 6 times 10. 5 over 6 times 10, that is 8.33. 8.33 plus 69.5, the answer is 77.83. Therefore, the 60th percentile is equal to 77.83. For example, given this table, find the 3rd quartile, 9th decile, and 60th percentile. The scores of 60 students in a quiz. Here's the scores from 11 to 15 has 3 students, and 16 to 20, 7 students, 20 to 25, 12 students, and so on. But in order to find the quartile, decile, and percentile, so we need to find or to get the lower boundary. So how can we get the lower boundary? So first, we have to focus only on our lower limit. This is our lower limit and this is our lower boundary. Then we have to subtract 0.5. So 11 minus 0.5, that is 10.5. 16 minus 0.5, that is 15.5. Then 21 minus 0.5, that is 20.5. And so on. 5, 30.5, 35.5, then 40.5, 45.5. And after we get all of the lower boundary, we need to find the CF or cumulative frequency or less than cumulative frequency. Since our lower ages are 11 to 15, and that is 3 in frequency, so this is 3. So we just need to add 3 plus 7, so that is 10, plus 12, that is 22. 22 plus 15, that is 37. 37 plus 3, that is 40. 40 plus 10, that is 50. 50 plus 6, that is 56. Plus 4, that is 60. So, in order to check if this true, we need to add this one. So, 3 plus 7 plus 12 plus 15 plus 3 plus 10 plus 6 plus 4, that is 60. So, our N is 60. Because 60 students in a quiz. So, our table are complete and this is what we need to solve or to find the quartile, decile, and percentile for group data. So, using this formula, using that formula, so first we need to find the Kn over I. So Kn over I equal to, so our K is 3 because that is the missing term that we need. So our N is 60 over 4. So 3 times 60 over 4, that is 45. So 45 are in between of 40 and 50. So this is the high value, or so this class is what we need. So our CF is 40 because preceding. So our lower boundary is 35.5. Frequency, that is 10. And CW, that is 5. Again, to get the CW, we need to subtract 11 to 15 or 11 to 16. Now, we get our needs to solve the formula. So, lower boundary is 35.5 plus Kn over I, that is 45, minus 40 over 10 times 5. So first, again, we need to solve that inside of parentheses. 45 minus 40, that is 5 over 10 times 5 So 5 over 10 times 5, that is 2.5. 2.5 plus 35.5, that is, the answer is 38. Therefore, the third quartile is equal to 38. Next, to find the ninth decile, this is the formula. So first, again, we need to find the kn over I. So 9 times 60 over 10. So 9 times 60 over 10, that is 54. So 54 are between of 50 and 56. So this is what we need. So 9. Since this is our classes that we need in decile, so our cumulative frequency is 50. And the lower boundary is 40.5. And the CW is 5. And the frequency is 6. Then, we have to substitute. So, decile 9 is equal to lower boundary, that is 40.5, plus kn over I, that is 54, minus cumulative frequency, that is 50, over 6, the frequency, times 5. 40.5 plus, so now we have to subtract 54 to 50, that is 4 over 6 times 5. Then 40 over 6 times 5, that is 3.33. 3.33 plus 40.5, that is 43.83. Therefore, the ninth decile is equal to 43.83. So next, to find the 60th percentile, so this is the formula. So again, we need to find the kn over I. So our k is 60 times 60 times divide 100. So 60 times 60 divide 100, that is 36. So 36 again. 36 are in between of 22 and 37. So this is the classes that we need, 37. So our cumulative frequency is 22. Lower boundary is 25.5. And frequency, that is 15. And the CW is 5. So substitute. So our lower boundary is 25.5 plus kn over I, that is 36, minus 22 over 15 times 5. So 36 minus 22, that is 14 over 15 times 5. 14 over 15 times 5, that is 4.67. 4.67 plus 25.5, that is 30.17. Therefore, the 60th percentile is equal to 30.17.